Hi friends, in this short session we will look at a particular type of function called the modulus function. Modulus function, okay? It's a very important part of algebra. We are looking at understanding the modulus function conceptually in this particular video. Higher end applications are your choice. If you are interested in the modulus function, you have a big world to explore for yourself. But for that, you need to basically understand the modulus function. And this particular presentation is going to explain that thing to you. Now let us see, we always write something like this isn't it? Right? This means modulus of x equal to 3. What does it actually mean? Modulus means positive value of. Okay? Now if modulus of x equal to 3, then what can be the values of x? X could be positive 3 or even negative 3. Okay? Now if the value of x is negative 3, it will give an output which is very positive and equivalent to that of the negative value. So minus 3 basically gives an output of 3 as far as modulus is concerned. Now generally it is very useful in square functions. You see, if I say x square equal to 100, the value of x is either plus or minus 10. We all know that, and we could easily represent this as mod x equal to 10. Okay, mod x equal to 10 essentially means x equal to 10 or minus 10, and that is where this is most commonly applied to in high school algebra. Okay. Now let us look at a few applications of this and maybe look at how it will be represented in the xy plane. Okay. Now let us see this. Imagine the equation mod x plus 4 greater than or equal to 3. Mod x plus 4 greater than or equal to 3. Now, how will I represent this in the xy plane? Imagine x equal to 0. Now, x equal to 0 means the value x plus 4 will be 4 and that is greater than or equal to 3. Now, I will represent the value if x equal to 0, the value is 4. Now, if x equal to minus 1, the value is, if x equal to minus 1, the value is 3. Okay. Now, x equal to minus 2, x equal to minus 2 means the value is minus 2 plus 4, which is minus 2, and when you put a mod, it becomes plus 2. Okay. So the value, if it is minus 2, the value of the output becomes plus 2. Now, if I put the value as minus 3, then it becomes plus 1. And minus 4, it becomes 0. Now, further to it, it is minus 5, means minus 5 plus 4, that is minus 1, and the mod value will be 1 again. So minus 5 it is 1 again, and minus 6 it is 2, minus 7 it is 3, and so on and so forth. So mod x plus 4 greater than or equal to 3 will be a v function like this. A v function like this. Okay. Now we have to take the value which is greater than or equal to 3. Greater than or equal to 3. Now what does this tell us? This tells us that either x should be greater than or equal to minus 1, or x should be less than or equal to minus 7. X should be less than or equal to minus 7. X should be less than or equal to minus 7. These are the two possibilities as far as x plus 4 greater than or equal to 3 is concerned. So what will be the domain of x? The domain of x will be x greater than or equal to minus 1, x less than or equal to minus 7. And that is how you represent the modulus function in this graph and get the output that is required for you. Okay. Now let us try and solve this algebraically. Let us try and solve this algebraically. And so where do we get there? Let's see how we go. It is x plus 4 mod of x plus 4 greater than or equal to 3. Mod of x plus 4 greater than or equal to 3. That will essentially mean that x plus 4 will be greater than or equal to 3, and you will get the function x greater than or equal to minus 1. Or in the other scenario, x plus 4 should be less than or equal to minus 3. Less than or equal to minus 3. And this will take you to x less than or equal to minus 7. X less than or equal to minus 7. Now you understand how this mod function behaves. In the positive domain, it gives you the same sign as the value on the right side of the equation. Whereas, if you were to take it as a negative thing, it will be like you will take the left value to be the same and change the sign. Okay, so you will get the value x plus 4 less than or equal to minus 3 and x less than or equal to minus 7. And these two will essentially contribute to the domain of x. Okay, good. Now, let us solve one more question of this kind so that we understand this a little more clearly. Okay. Now, mod of x minus 2, mod of x minus 2 less than 2x plus 3. This is the function. Mod of x minus 2 less than 2x plus 3. Okay. Remember this function. I'll just write it down in one corner of the board. Mod of x minus 2 is less than 2x plus 3. Mod of x minus 2 is less than 2x plus 3. Now what do? We plot the graph. Now let us start from x equal to 0. X equal to 0 will give the value minus 2 inside the mod, and therefore the value will be 2. So if x equal to 0, the value for this function is 2. Now when x equal to 2, this value becomes 0. X equal to 1, this is again 1, and therefore you will get that same v function with a focal point on 2 here. V function, the focal point on 2 here. So we've drawn the function for x minus 2, or we have drawn the graph for the function of mod x minus 2. Now we'll draw the line for 2x plus 3. We already know this is line for 2x plus 3 is a straight line in the xy plane with a slope 2. Okay. Now let us see how do we go about it. Now it is, if x is 0, the value of this line is 3. The x is 0, the value of this line is 3. Now put x equal to 1. Now when x equal to 1, the value is 5. Okay, so it goes up. Now let us bring it down. So let us take the value of x is minus 1. Minus 1 into 2 plus 3 will give you minus 1. Okay, so if x is minus 1, y is also minus 1. Okay, now what if x is minus 2? And the value becomes minus 1. Okay. Now we have this line which is running like this with a slope of 2. Now these two lines basically congregate. These two lines basically join at this point. These two lines joins at this point, and that's called the intersection. And what will be the intersection? As we know, the intersection will be in the negative side of x. Will be in the negative side of x. So you will know that it is minus of x minus 2 will be equal to 2x plus 3, or 2 minus x equal to 2x plus 3. Now, if we rearrange this, you will get the value of x is equal to minus 1 by 3. X is equal to minus 1 by 3. That means, basically, this particular point is at minus 1 by 3. This is minus 1 by 3. Now, the question is, Where is it greater? Where is it greater? Now to the left of this point or to the right of this point, to the left of this point or to the right of this point. Now let us substitute minus 1 and see. Now put minus 1 here. Minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3 and the mod of that value becomes 3. Now in this case, what is 2x plus 3? X is minus 1 and 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus 3, that will be 1. Okay, now here we know 3 is not less than 1, therefore the value towards this side is not going to be domain of this function. Now let us look at a value to the right side. Let us take the value 2. 2 minus 2 is 0, this will be 0 and less than, you put it here 2, 2 into 2, 4 plus 3, 7. 4 plus 3, 7. So basically what we understand is the domain of this function is such that the value should be greater than minus 1 by 3 and therefore the domain of x such that this inequality is valid is x greater than minus 1 by 3. X greater than minus 1 by 3. Now whenever it comes to modulus functions and inequalities including modulus functions, it is always better to consult an xy graph or a graph, plot the inequalities and then try to arrive at a solution. Now this particular approach is what makes this a very fascinating journey. Now if you happen to be interested with this, and if you want to pursue further in modulus function, the particular exercise is going to be worthwhile for you and is going to be very rewarding as well. So in case you find this interesting, please proceed. Otherwise, please make sure that you understand this much basics of what a modulus function is all about and how to connect it with equality and inequality so that you will thrive at least in the competitive examination scenario. All the best.